It's Jack Crescent. I have other names, I have a real name, but the girls on the best behavior call me HMC, warm, dry clothes. So, while I'm sitting here making some food, I thought I should make a video. I got some bacon frying up right now, and I don't usually like pork, but I like bacon. So I'll eat it sometimes, and right now I'm trying to put on some weight. So there's a whole debate about the cleanliness of bacon and, religion, and, well, I got a video series on that. Check my playlist. But basically, it ain't life or death. It's an unclean until evening thing. But anyways, I'm trying to put on some weight. So the bacon, the eggs, the sausage, it's all good right now. Anyway, so I'm frying up some bacon. Got some hash browns with the bacon. I'm gonna add some smoked sardines with that. Never tried bacon and sardines. I think it's gonna be good. Pregnant women and cravings, right? So anyways, I thought I'd make a video. This is very important, and Lord knows the time is now. So we're going to look at what's wrong with the world, or what we could do for the world. Basically, the state of the world. So I guess we'll just glance at videos. I don't think we'll watch the whole thing, or even watch it, because, well, I got to turn my volume down if I'm going to put any sound through this phone. Recording the screen. Let's see here, and I can't use my voice to search. So this is a very interesting video. It shows some important things. First of all, just exactly how much plastic there is on the earth. As an example, what it looks like. Where it's dispersed. And what it's doing to the animals in the environment. It's not very good, really. Including billions of plastic bottles. 5 billion plastic bags.
Plastic is wonderful because it's durable, and plastic is terrible because it is durable. Almost every piece of plastic ever made is still on the planet in some form or another. Plastic production globally this year is expected to be more than 300 million tonnes, half of which we'll use just once and then throw away. By 2050, when the population explodes to almost 10 billion people, it's expected that plastic production will triple. The problem with that is that today only a fraction of the plastic that we produce is recycled. The rest ends up in our environment, and it's coating our land and our oceans like a disease. Garbage thrown away in the United States can make its way to Antarctica. Plastic in our coastal waters is pulled into the centre of massive wind-driven, churning circular gyres. There are many other ocean currents also diverting the trash all around the surface of the ocean. In reality, it's just one ocean with no boundaries.
So it's all over the ocean. We know that. And what else we got here? It's affecting seabirds because 90% of birds apparently have eaten plastic in their life. Some bit. And it gets really bad because this girl is finding dead birds, and she's opening them up, and she's finding ridiculous amounts of plastic. They're counting it up, and they're talking like these birds are eating the equivalent of 12 pizzas to a human, and it's lodged in their stomach. What a girl. What a couple, I guess, or a pair or a team. All that in one bird. So you can imagine what's happening to your blood, your ability to breathe, your indigestion or your digestion, all that. So it's a big problem all over the earth. And what are we going to do about it? Well, first of all, not all plastic is quote-unquote recyclable. See, there's a plastic identification number on the bottom of any plastic container, but that doesn't necessarily say that it's recyclable. It just identifies the plastic used. It looks like a recycling symbol, but it's not a recycling symbol, so don't get it confused. You don't get all your stuff recycled when you send it in. See, and if you look at polluted countries, land pollution over the world is disgusting. We're not going to go into that, but what can you do about it? First of all, there's so many. Actually, no, we will look at one thing. I spelled that wrong. Yeah. there's so many plastic bottles all over the world. Okay, let's see. Where's that special I've seen before? I think this is it. The world's dirtiest river.
Today we take you to the world's most polluted river. 35 million people rely on the Sitaram River. 2014.
Yeah.
6
So this
a.m.
is good. This is good.
and I'm on the Chitteram River with
Show you a
Herman
lot of
and his
stuff.
son Alec.
This used to be a
You
boom
barely
fishing
see the river. It's just
Now there's
covered
nothing.
in plastic.
They collect plastic
There's all
instead.
kinds of rubbish here, from shoes, nappies. It's all household rubbish. This is stuff that people have thrown in, and then every now and then you come across something like that. Dead fish just floating. Oh. What is it?
It's retarded. I mean, there's pollution all over the river. There's millions of people living off this one river
While
system.
Herman relies on the Chitteram
And
River for his
they literally
living,
just
Majalaya,
chuck their garbage
a
right
major
down the riverbank,
industrial area,
and it ends up in the river.
fix.
I mean, they use this water. That's textile dyes floating through the river right there. They have to drink it, brush their teeth, everything.
Water from the Chitteram River
Millions
is
of people
channeled
in this
through
river. I mean, they're getting rashes because there's fecal matter in the water, and they have to wash their faces with it. Like that's textile dyes, textile factories, Indonesia, textile central. So that's a problem. But you see how much plastic there's floating around also, because that's another problem. So what can you do about it? Well, there's a few things you can do about it. Everybody could do this, and this would be a great thing to do, because if ever there's a perfect necessity, everybody's got it, and it's available, and everybody could sell it if ever needed to. So that's now try to understand something. There's so much plastic rubbish, plastic bags, plastic bottles, plastic containers, plastic everything, that it's still a brand new industry with free materials everywhere. There's almost unlimited things you could do with plastic. Here's one example. I mean, this guy even notes that you can take this practice of his and you can make an adapter to create 3D printer filament with plastic bottle plastic.
Hello friends, in this video I will show how to cut a survival rope from a plastic bottle that sadly can be found just about anywhere on the planet.
See that?
I will show how to make a bottle cutter jig using basic
Now,
tools,
something about this
as well as
plastic.
explain where
Most
and how
plastic,
this
when you do
polymer
it,
shrinkable
shrinks.
rope can be used. Don't judge the footage quality too hard, please.
Make a
This
thin
is
little
one of the
line,
first
make it any
videos
thickness
that
you need.
gained over 15
Depends on what
million
you're doing.
views and continues to stay popular on my Russian channel
watch the
since
video
it was
yourself,
published
but
over 5
basically,
years
he calls
ago.
it thermal shrinking
There
tape.
could be a number of explanations why
And he
this
builds
video
different
became
things
so
with it.
popular.
I
It
mean,
could
he doesn't give too many
that
examples
was
in
then
this video,
shrunk
but
with hot water, boiled in
he
a
teaches
camping
you how to
kettle.
make a cutter.
This cat's frame survived 2
Made
years of
pack,
heavy use, and I still fully trust its
catamaran.
integrity. I even use my catamaran
Pack for
made
carrying
of
heavy
sticks and
stuff,
4
and
inflatable duffel bags /
the material is
neither in the scorching
top-notch.
summer heat nor in the Russian winter frost, when even industrial machines fail. I fell more than once while
So
the
you make
pack
the
frame
chair.
was
Anyways,
overloaded.
so that's one thing we can do with plastic. Everybody needs to do something.
Immobilized.
Video yourself.
Then our jig is ready to cut plastic bottles.
And the other thing
Now
you can do with
you have an
plastic,
easy
and this
access.
is a multi-billion-dollar industry that is virtually untapped right now, and the materials for it are next to free. And anybody could do it, really. Watch this. I mean, you obviously need your own design and patent, but you can learn. This guy even made plans and put them on his website, so anybody can do it. And it's a huge industry, like I said, all over the world. It's going to be necessary forever. If you start doing it right now, you're in a good industry. And it's terribly easy almost. I mean, and you say, why would I share the business secrets? Because you have to think about it. There's no way in the world I could possibly provide everybody myself bricks.
What's up, y'all? My name is Jess
So,
Sims, and I'm so excited to get strong with y'all right now.
Everybody get rich.
This may look like an oversized Lego brick, but in fact, it's an exciting
So
new
plastic
building
lasts for
material.
thousands of years too. right? It takes a long time for plastic to biodegrade. And even then, you build something like this, you could reuse the bricks, you could disassemble your house, and it's that simple. And you wonder, how do you make a plastic
Now,
brick? And that's
that
how you
plastic
saw.
wood comes from developing,
This guy shows he started with the idea of
not
just
including
making a basic
the growing
brick,
number of,
basically a
and
solid
in
lump of
return,
plastic.
a lot of carbon emissions.
And it's essentially
We have been
the same as a
grinding.
brick, but
We even had the
Kind of
occasional
how to do it.
explosion. Some of these
Some
were
errors.
more controlled than
Testing.
others, but taught us some valuable lessons about plastics. We even tried mixing plastics with wood to see how contaminated plastics affected its properties, with some interesting results. And we even tested how different plastic types reacted to prolonged sun exposure and heat. While doing all these experiments, we judged ourselves on.
So, check out that video too. Also, we need to start taking care of more food. So, oh yeah, I can't do that. I mean, if everybody, I don't know if you've heard of this, tried to take their part or make their part or do their part, we need to seriously reduce carbon emissions. That's the big thing. Yeah, that's what I wanted to show also. I don't know if you ever heard of urban farming. This is a really cool thing to check out. You might like the idea. People are making a lot of money, 6 figures, just to use other people's backyards to grow food. So,
in 2015, I visited the Milan Expo, and there I saw an aquaponic system at the Belgian Pavilion. And when I
oops. So that's one thing. And the other thing is, what was it? Oh, geez. Oh, yeah. We have other problems, such as in the Arctic. Well, you know, everybody knows greenhouse gases. Carbon dioxide is a greenhouse gas. It makes like a blanket virtually, keeps the heat under the blanket, which is what causes global warming. But we've got another problem, and that is methane lakes in the Arctic. There's millions of them, and they are terribly full of methane. So much so that you can just...
We're out standing on a frozen lake in interior Alaska, outside of the University of Alaska Fairbanks campus. And this ice is already about 4. You can see that there are lots of trees
basically just,
that fall in, and
you know, kind of...
and methane doesn't. In the winter, however, this ice forms a cover on the surface of the lake, and the bubbles get trapped right under the ice, and then the ice thickens and freezes around them. So what we have out here is like a time-lapse photograph of methane emissions from the lakes. Methane is a very potent greenhouse gas. A molecule of methane is 25 times stronger than carbon dioxide. Methane is formed in millions of lakes around the Arctic where permafrost is thawing. And each year, these lakes are emitting already tremendous amounts of methane. But when we look at how much carbon is in permafrost still frozen, and the potential for that permafrost to thaw in the future, we estimate that more than 10 times the amount of methane that's right now in the atmosphere will come out of these lakes.